Alright guys, what is going on? Today is June 21st. I know it's been a while, but I am happy to say that I am probably back. I'm currently in my last year of pharmacy school, so I was getting beat up for a while, but now I'm almost to the end. And while everyone's working on their summer bod, I'm working on my dad bod, hitting the books and all. So a lot of my friends, they're beginners, need help, and I've been dealing with shoulder impingement myself. So I think what's stopping people from making progress is that they don't know how to make progress. They don't have a plan. You need a scheme to progress. So I think something that's probably been heard of and hashed out a lot is principal progressive overload. But it's kind of a vague thing, so let's use another variable. Let's call it training volume. So how do you put a solid, tangible thing on the training volume? You take the weight you're using times the sets that you're working with times the amount of reps you're performing. So weight times sets times reps, that is your overall training volume. And over time, playing with these variables, it should increase. Well, let's say you're going benching or whatever exercise, you're gonna do body weight. So say like 185 pounds, 4 sets of 10. You can't stay there forever. And I would even suggest, instead of just saying I'm going into the gym and doing 4 sets of 10, I'm gonna go into the gym and do 4 sets of 10 to 12 or 8 to 10. Give myself a range, because once I can perform that, all 4 sets for 10 reps at 185 pounds, it's time to go up. That's a very basic way that you can progress. So maybe next week I'll do 195, 4 sets of 10. And pretty much I just wanna make sure that you're not trying to increase everything to force yourself to change, because you're gonna end up overworking yourself. And I've drawn a visual representation to help you guys out. And hopefully the sunlight doesn't kill us too much, but now that I've officially screwed up all my colorblind people with the red and the purple lines, this is simply a graph of your gains, progress over time, gains over time. And this top line here is maximum recoverable volume. This purple bottom line is minimum effective volume, so maximum recoverable volume. So you're working out, you're beating your body up. That's the limit at where you're not recovering and getting stronger and growing bigger every night. Your body's scrambling to put together something to prepare for the ass whooping that you've been giving it. You're actually gonna regress if you keep up. Gonna be fatigued, gonna feel like shit. Minimum effective volume, well, what's the least amount of work you can do? It's not 0, because that's not doing anything. What's the least amount of work that you can maintain your body weight, performance, or whatever your goals are? So maybe for a beginner, it might even just be 1 set, but over time that will increase. Let's put a little bit more detail into this visual representation. So now if you notice, I added 2 more lines, which will represent you as a beginner here, and you reaching your genetic potential, the best of your ability that you could possibly ever reach here. The minimum and most amount of work you can do as a beginner, they're gonna be very similar, but they start breaking away. As a beginner, you're gonna very rapidly find increases in strength, working capacity, whatever, and then this is your new ceiling up here. Whereas over time, you need to continue doing more work, more minimum amount of work to maintain what you have possessed, how many gains that you have captured thus far. This would be more from like beginner to intermediate to like elite, advanced, roids, and all that up here. Now the amount that you can progress in beginning, it's gonna be a lot quicker. Like I said, day to day, week to week, maybe every time you head into the gym. But over time, you get diminishing returns. It's gonna take longer for you to make those gains. You're gonna have to play with more than just those variables I mentioned for training volume. It gets more complicated. But this is a proven way for you to not just overreach every time and hit a wall, but slowly make gains over months. Whereas if you just spun out the wheel and just stayed the same, that's wasting time. So yeah, 5 pounds every week, that's not a big thing. Over the course of a couple months, you're adding in a lot of weight. And it's hard to say that you can do that, especially when you get more custom and more advanced with lifting. Just have realistic expectations. If you've been working out like 4 or 5 weeks straight without a break, and you're stalling out, that's not a plateau. You're fatigued. You need to rest, dude. The sun is changing my skin tone, so I'm sorry for the overexposure. But just have a plan to progress and have realistic expectations for yourself. So anyways, that's just something quick for you guys to keep in mind, especially if you're a beginner. If you have any questions, comments, ideas for the next video, leave them below. Make sure to subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Follow me on Instagram at Kenny Laughter. See you guys later.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.